Right now at noon, residents and administrators in McDonald County cut the ribbon on a brand new storm shelter.
And after a chilly day today, we warm up as we head into the weekend.
Plus, a bookstore in Joplin helps raise funds for some area veterans.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. New at noon today, a Seneca man who was sentenced to prison in November 2024 has been pardoned by President Trump. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, 27-year-old Kyler Joseph Bard of Seneca was sentenced in November 2024 to 12 months and 1 day in prison after assaulting law enforcement and other charges during January 6th Capitol breach. Now, he was scheduled to report to prison in January. However, it had been postponed until February. Now he will not be going. President Trump granted pardons on his first day in office to those involved in January 6th events at the Capitol. Now let's head over to meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a look at the forecast.
Well, temperatures now slowly warming up. We're already about 31 degrees out there, though we do still have a wind chill 10 degrees cooler than what it actually is. So it feels like 20 degrees out there with a light northwesterly breeze, but we do see gusts up to 25 miles per hour. That's going to continue through the afternoon, dying down a little bit later on today. And outside of that, we're mostly just going to see, as these winds die down, clouds increasing and then actually a warm up as we head into the rest of the weekend. So taking a look, we've got a few clouds still sticking out there. Mostly it's going to be partly to mostly cloudy skies, though we are still going to get to see some sunshine today. And then, like I said, we do have a warm up in the forecast. So today we're really only warming up to the lower 30s, but tomorrow mid 40s and Saturday upper 40s. Now we cool down a bit on Sunday, down back into the lower 40s, but we're right back into a warming trend as we head into the start of next week. But I'm going to have a full look at your forecast coming up.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. We'll see you soon. Well, after nearly 3 years, the last of 6 storm shelters in McDonald County is complete. KOAM's Anthony Saviello attended the ribbon cutting at Anderson Elementary and spoke with administrators about what this project means for the future of McDonald County.
3, 2,
A ribbon cut and a new storm shelter open in McDonald County.
This has been a long road for our district from the time the ideas came in to the time it came to fruition.
The last of 6 shelters is complete after McDonald County voters passed a $21.5 million bond issue to fund the project.
Our voters here and our people that live here, they believe in our school system and they want to be safe. And I mean, it passed pretty good margin when it passed, and it makes you feel good because the people here really do care.
It marks a special day.
It's a day that gives us something to celebrate, but also gives us a sense of security that we may not have had before.
Special enough to host a special guest.
And what I'm seeing here, which I knew I would see, is that there is just such a connection and partnership with the community and the school, the children, the teachers, the principals, and that's when kids win. And so I wanted to come down and say thank you to them for their great work and also to be a part of this great celebration.
In her first trip to McDonald County as Missouri Commissioner of Education, Dr. Carla Esslinger is standing by McDonald County and their investment into school and community safety.
Anytime that you can assure parents that when you send your children to school, they have a safe place to go, anytime, no matter what the weather is, yes. And I would love for every school to have this kind of opportunity, absolutely.
6 shelters now supply safety not just for students, but the surrounding community as well. In McDonald County, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
All 6 shelters serve as multi-purpose shelters, meaning they will also be used as classrooms and gymnasiums. Well, a local bookstore is helping a VFW raise money to repair a water line. The owner of Always Buying Books, Bob Wolf, is a longtime member of VFW Post 534 in Joplin. The post has had a water leak for about 2 months now, costing hundreds. Now the break has been located, but funding is needed. Wolf is asking for help in raising $1,000 for the VFW.
Has the money, but it takes away from other things we do, like feeding and clothing other veterans. So I decided on my own, the store here has made a donation and challenging other people to help to raise the $1,000.
The VFW helps veterans who contact them daily, and Wolf says the cost of these repairs would have taken away from the help the post gives. Well, the heat is on for this year's Battle of the Badges as the Pittsburgh Police and Fire Departments face off in a chili cook-off. Now, it's all a fun effort to benefit the American Red Cross. Folks were invited out yesterday and are again today to get a bowl, vote for their favorite, and donate some life-saving blood. It's a donation that one Pittsburgh police sergeant says can be crucial. Freeman Health System announced yesterday it's holding a job fair. The announcement comes ahead of the opening of the new Freeman Fort Scott Hospital. The healthcare provider says the event will provide an opportunity for Freeman to recruit applicants for various job opportunities. It will feature more than 60 openings for the new hospital and will cover everything from RN to tech positions. It'll be on Tuesday, February 11th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more information, you can go to our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. And coming up, don't be fooled by these cold temperatures. The sun can still do plenty of damage. We'll have some expert advice for how to protect your skin. And later, we're making candy bar pie in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Sun's powerful rays during the cool winter months, they can still affect your skin. A dermatologist from U.S. Dermatology in Joplin urges you to take your skin seriously even when it's cold outside. Now, he explains that many patients come in with issues like dry, itchy skin, but he says there are simple ways to keep your skin safe and feeling great all season long.
Moisturizing soap. Something with ceramides or in it would be helpful. Any kind of oils would help in the soap rather than the detergent soaps. And then lots of moisturizers when you come out of the shower. Again, using the ones with ceramides or shea butter, anything that's more moisturizing would be very helpful.
Dr. Towery also recommends wearing sunscreen in the winter with an SPF of 30 or higher. And it's been 2 years since the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has been in operation. Kansas released a report outlining the successes of the lifeline in the state. 988 offers 24/7 access to trained crisis counselors who help people experiencing mental health related distress. The 988 Lifeline in Kansas experienced growth in call volume and infrastructure during year 2. Kansas call centers handled about 25,000 calls last year, and text and chat services saw a more than 45% increase from the previous year. And supporters of abortion rights gathered in Missouri's Capitol Wednesday to celebrate guaranteed abortion access. Voters passed a constitutional amendment for it last year, but it's still extremely difficult to get the procedure in the state. Monica Johnson reports why that is.
Abortion rights supporters shared their stories.
With sympathy for our loss, validation for our decision,
and congratulated voters on the passing of Amendment 3.
And last November, that's exactly what we did.
The executive director of Abortion Access Missouri says Amendment 3 is a huge win.
Missourians who are facing pregnancy complications or emergency can feel safe going to the emergency room, and doctors whose hands were tied by the abortion ban can no longer be criminalized.
But we know the work is just getting started.
The fight over abortions rights is far from over. Despite abortions being legal since December 5th, there are still restrictions and a courtroom battle. No clinic has received a license yet. Some state lawmakers are trying to keep it that way.
That suits me fine. That's a life saved, in my opinion.
But Representative Hayden also isn't surprised by the outcome.
And any constitutional amendment, unfortunately, is not clear, and there's wrangling over what does this particular part mean, licensing and other things. So
he says the amendment was written in a confusing way.
When you look at legislation, you can disagree with legislation, and there's some legislation that passes that I disagree with, but it's pretty well written. This kind of threw in everything in the kitchen sink that everybody wanted.
Despite that, these abortion rights supporters are prepared to keep pushing for more.
There's already been a measure introduced to try and reverse what we've done, but the people spoke, and we're here to support that, enforce that, fight for that.
Now, the main issue is Missouri has a law that requires a special license to perform abortions. Not only does no facility have it, Planned Parenthood says it's not planning to try to get it. And still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Try this. The next time you're with a group of people, say the word pie really loud and watch everyone's reaction.
And we're heading into a bit of a warmer weekend following this chilly day. I'll have more coming up. Well, it's going to be a bit of a chillier day with temperatures really only reaching right above freezing. But let's go ahead and take a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. We've got a partly to mostly cloudy skies out there, but we can still see a little sunshine. Doesn't keep us much warmer though, so it is still going to be pretty cold. Now, outside of that, those clouds continuing to move in. We've got a bit of a windier day as well with gusts up to 20-25 miles per hour. But looking ahead, we do see a nice little warming trend. So temperatures mid-40s by Friday, so about a 10-degree jump. Mid to upper 40s by Saturday. Now we drop down a little bit on Sunday, but we do pick right back up as we head into Monday. So it's going to be a warmer week as we head into the weekend and start of next week. Now, like I said, winds are going to continue to gust out of the northwest, 15 to 20 miles per hour. They start to die down as we head into this afternoon ahead of the warm front that moves through. So by Friday morning, winds are shifting out of the south. Pretty light at first, but they pick up pretty quickly. So by about noon, winds are gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour, and then they strengthen even more. By about 8:30, we're going to see wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So it's going to be a bit of a windier day tomorrow before that cold front moves through. So that's coming in the overnight hours and then clearing out by mid-afternoon. That's when it finally starts to push past our area. A little bit of a wind gust after that front passes, but really it's just going to drop our temperatures slightly as we head into Sunday. So taking a look on our upper level flow, we've got this trough that's shifting off to the east, which is what caused us to have our cooler temperatures today. But following that, we've got this nice little ridge setting up. So we do have a warm up for most of the weekend. We do have, again, another cold front coming through that's going to drop our temperatures down, but no rain chances really until Wednesday. And that's due to this cutoff low that's far out in the west. It just kind of sits out there for about a week. It doesn't move into our area until Wednesday morning. So until then, we just have this nice setup of a very wide ridge. So we see just a continual warm up all the way through Wednesday before that low pressure system rejoins with the upper level flow and moves over our area. So let's go back to temperatures. Taking a look today, getting into the mid to lower 30s, about 34 for a high in Joplin, 31 in Pittsburgh, 32 in Chanute, 28 still in Yates Center, so it is still going to be pretty cool up there in the northern counties, 38 in Grove, Anderson, and Jay, as well as Veneta, but not so bad. Now, because the temperatures are out, or winds are out of the north, we are still seeing a cooler start on Friday. Winds do shift, but not in time to warm up our morning temperatures. So we're starting off in the teens Friday morning. Though because of those southerly winds, we warm up mid 40s on Friday for the high, even getting up to the upper 40s, 49 in Sedan, Nowata, 47 in Veneta and Independence, but about 45 in Joplin and Pittsburgh. Now, temperatures only drop back down into the lower 30s for our low Saturday morning. And then you can see that wind shift line coming through with our highs reaching upper 40s to even low 50s in some areas. Now, our next chance of rain isn't until Wednesday. We're going to see some scattered shower chances popping up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as those temperatures start to drop. But you can see until then a couple of cloudy days, Friday, Sunday, but overall temperatures continue on that warming trend through the 40s into the 50s and even possibly reaching 60 degrees by Wednesday.
That would be very nice, very welcomed.
Yeah. I'm so excited for it. I love seeing the snow those last couple of weeks, but I'm excited for the sunny, warmer temperatures.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Lindsay. And stick around. We're making candy bar pie in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, if you have any leftover candy around the house, Howard's got the perfect recipe for you. He's making candy bar pie in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you're like us here in the Test Kitchen, all you have to do is mention the word pie and everyone's ears perk up. I'm not sure what it is about pie that makes everyone so giddy. And with today being National Pie Day, I figured we should honor the occasion by whipping up a pie that has become one of our new favorites. We start off by cutting some candy bars into small pieces. As for the kind, that's up to you, but we think the gooier the better. We set those aside and mix together some cream cheese and sugar until it's smooth. Once it is, we beat in a couple of eggs, one at a time. Then we add in some sour cream and some peanut butter. And we keep beating it until it looks light like this. Now, we line the bottom of a store-bought pie crust that we've baked off with the candy that we've cut up. On top of that, we spoon on the filling and into the oven it goes until the center is set. After it cools, we finish it off with a basic ganache, which is simply some chocolate chips that we melted in warmed up heavy cream. Once it's set, it's ready to serve. I do have to warn you though, that this is one of those desserts that seems to disappear in a flash. The good news is the recipe for our candy bar pie is online now, just in time for us to celebrate National Pie Day. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we created a gooier way for you to enjoy all of the, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Well, temperatures today only reaching the mid to lower 30s, so it is going to be a chilly day, but clouds increase, winds increase, and we have a warm front coming through tonight, which is going to warm us up both Friday and Saturday and actually continue a warming trend all the way through midweek next week.
That'll be nice. Just got to get through today. It's still pretty cold out there.
Yes.
All right, and Dow, what do you have for us later on?
Lots coming up at 5. For starters, millions of Americans are braving the dangerously cold temperatures around the nation. The cold air can tighten airway muscles and cause harm to people with lung conditions. We're going to take a look at some ways you can stay safe and warm. Plus, Newton County Commission approves broadband deployment plan with Allo Communications to support improved internet connectivity all across the county. And last weekend, Neosho reported its first bird flu outbreak at Opal Foods. We're going to have an update from the Newton County Health Department on where things stand. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A whole lot more, of course. It's coming up today, KOAM News at 5.
All right, thanks, Dow. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.